Charlie Longson said this morning she either runs well or she blots a copybook. She has refused to race if you've taken a chance on her. Catty will show plenty of promise on reappearance, and this shorter trip should suit better. Similar comments apply to the favourite who's been backed off the boards and potentially is very well handicapped. And 51.51, Tom Garner takes 7 off. Shape better than his finishing position suggests in the same race as Oak Crick at the Paddy Power last time.
Meanwhile, back here at Newcastle a few minutes ago, Michael Ward of At The Races sponsored the rehearsal chase, presented to millions of members of the Middle and Far Racing. Well done, guys. They really enjoyed Junior. What a horse to arm. Wins at Royal Ascot, wins at Cheltenham, and that is a superb performance. But of course, all eyes were on Countrywide Flame, who beat Cinder and Ashes. They were first and second in our big race, the Fighting Fifth. I was most impressed with the winner. He's now as low as 8-1 with the sponsor Stan James for their champion hurdle. We'll see him again probably in the Christmas hurdle at Kempton over Christmas. It'll be live on Channel 4. Cinders and Ashes, Donald McCain told me it was only the ground that beat him, and they're looking forward to renewing rivalry with the winner. Stacks to look forward to, and I'm going to get warmed up. Back to you guys.
Back here at Newbury, there is a major gamble going on this number 14, Ulck Du Lin. 5-1 this morning, 7-2 on the course. Now the 2-1 favourite, Bobsworth winning, is being played up on Ulck Du Lin.
As far as betting is concerned, there's only one horse in this race, Ulck Du Lin.
Here's the eye catchers in the paddock. It was Gus McRae on trend, went to the start with enthusiasm and is a positive on betting matters with Ulck Du Lin. Negative Gus McRae and Cattil. Gus McRae also a negative on the exchanges. Michael Phillips and Ulck Du Lin positive on the exchanges. And Ulck Du Lin in the blue and the pink hoops. Daryl Jacob a pound over at 10 stone 2 on this strongly back favourite here for the Paul Nicholls team, who've already struck this afternoon with Rolling Aces and Big Bucks and had Tidal Bay run an absolute cracker. Now as they set off for their sporting bet handicap chase and on towards the first fence, one that didn't get away too well was Tatty Poo. Over the first, Falcon Island leads to Renard in the yellow jacket, the grey Attacker Rock, and Manga Hanishment in a noseband. Red cap over on the far side, Cattil, who's often a front runner. Out very wide is Come Home Quietly, wide of Gus McRae as they land over the second, then Oak Crick in the yellow and red spots. Ulck Du Lin towards the inside. On the far side, Pink Cat worn by Daryl Jacob, well grouped together passing the stands. West with the Wind is out wide of Conciliary and 51.51, and then on trend, who's held up towards the back with Michael Phillips and Tatty Poo as they cleared the water. Heading now towards the left-hander, which will take them away from the stands, and Falcon Island to the inside of Come Home Quietly, followed by Renard disputing third with Manga Hanishment. Ulck Du Lin is very handy in fifth on the inside, then a Taker Rock and Oak Crick and Gus McRae. 2 lengths to 51.51 from Cattil and Conciliary. Then out wide West with the Wind from Tatty Poo, Michael Phillips, and finally on trend. Into the back straight, onto the first of 5 fences down the back, and the leaders stream over and they all land safely, and the next is an open ditch. Come Home Quietly from Falcon Island and Renard. Then Manga Hanishment and Tacker Rock and Oak Crick as they jump this ditch. Out wide Gus McRae. Ulck Du Lin right round the inside, blue and pink jacket, the strongly back market leader here as they go on towards another plain fence. Out wide then Come Home Quietly on the near side. Renard. Come Home Quietly blunders there though. West with the Wind right out the back of the field with Conciliary as they continue along the back straight. A couple of fences still to jump in the back. Falcon Island moving up on this near side of Manga Hanishment now. Then Come Home Quietly out wide. Renard between runners. The white-faced Oak Crick. Ulck Du Lin right round the inside. And then not far away is Gus McRae in the maroon and white jacket, followed by Tatty Poo as they jump the next plain fence, and they're safely over. West with the Wind right out the back, and here with the leaders, Manga Hanishment, Felix de Jars in that red jacket, Renard near side is Falcon Island. These are the 3 leaders, followed by Ulck Du Lin round the inside of the grey Tacker Rock. Oak Crick is right there as well. Gus McRae is out wider. Behind them 51.51, then in the red cap Catil, followed by Michael Flips, and then Tatty Poo, a gap of 2 or 3 lengths to On Trend Conciliary. Come Home Quietly was up with the pace early, has dropped right back through the field. This is the cross fence. Renard is the first to pick up this time at 5 out. Down there is On Trend and Andrew Thornton. Horse is up all right as they run towards the final turn. And Renard is going to lead them in. Falcon Island being pushed along now in second. Manga Hanishment is third. Ulck Du Lin. Daryl Jacob riding a very confident race on the 4-year-old over on the far side. O'Crick is next. Michael Flips on the far side in a yellow jacket making ground. Gus McRae down the near side still travels powerfully. This is 4 out. Renard by 2 lengths to Ulck Du Lin. Then Falcon Island. Michael Flips trying to stay on from O'Crick. Gus McRae now bustled up, followed by Take a Rock and Manga Hanishment. The final open ditch. This is 3 out. Renard almost joined by Ulck Du Lin on landing there. Falcon Island is back in third. The money has come for Ulck Du Lin. It's looking well placed at the moment on the right, but 2 fences still to jump. Renard from Ulck Du Lin. Ulck Du Lin lands in the lead there under Daryl Jacob, who now shakes him up. In third is Falcon Island, then O'Crick and Gus McRae and Michael Flips and Take a Rock down towards the final fence. The leader's just pricking his ears here. Ulck Du Lin comes in to take it, fiddles over from his second Renard, O'Crick on the far side and Falcon Island as they make their way up the run-in, and it's Ulck Du Lin off a featherweight here. He's driven out by Daryl Jacob. It's going to be a treble for the champion trainer Paul Nichols on the day, and Ulck Du Lin getting a tremendous roar from the crowd. A very well back winner of the final race on Hennessy Day. O'Crick in second, then Renard from Falcon Island, followed home by Gus McRae and Michael Flips and Take a Rock, then Catil, Manga Hanishment, Conciliary well beaten, so too Come Home Quietly, Tatty Poo 51-51 and tailed off west with the wind. Ruby Walsh was stood down. Daryl Jacob filled in most ably, albeit at £1 overweight, and seldom had an anxious moment.
14, Ulck Du Lin has landed a massive gamble after Bobsworth 4-1 favourite. Ulck Du Lin back from 5-1 this morning, 7-2 on the course. The Bottle, the 2-1 favourite, the youngest winner ever of this race. There have been 3 5-year-olds have won it. The runner-up O'Crick is a 12-1 chance against O'Crick. The third Renard also returned at 8-1. The bookmakers have been slaughtered here after Bosworth and Ulck Du Lin. What a gamble. They're queuing up in droves to get paid down here in the betting ring.
Well, people with long memories will remember these colours of the trainer and owner, Stuart Pattermore. Plenty of good horses, Stuart. I used to ride for him. Clive Cox used to ride for him as well. And this really promising recruit. Didn't quite get home last time out over a further trip, but today they went a decent gallop. Renard, Hayden Coleman just took them into the straight. 2 or 3 were lining up. O'Crick, Gus McRae was staying on, but this horse, Jim, God, he was running away from a long way out.
Yeah, I mean, you always say when the ears are pricked, there's plenty left in the locker. They were pricked from a long way out, pricked them dumping that. And Daryl Jacob just does enough. I mean, most people would have won on this, no bother at all. How much do you think is left in the locker? 6 lengths, 8 lengths?
Yeah, just got in close going to the last, just keeping him up to his work. And the art of being a jockey is not being good when they're on a good stride. It's getting horses from one side to the other economically when they're not on a good stride. You just have to relax a little bit, let them ease themselves over the fence, which is what Daryl did at the last. Wouldn't have made too much difference what he'd done, but really good to see these colours back. Good for Daryl, not so good for Ruby, who's ridden the winner this afternoon. Fingers crossed to be back okay tomorrow.
Yes, heavily back winner of our final race here at Newbury this afternoon. The others, Bally Oliver at 8-1, began the day. She ranks me under Tony McCoy at 10-1.